Hi, I'm Em, and welcome back to the Professionals Recovery Room.
Welcome to part 2 of season 2, episode 6. Today we're going to be working on one workload cleanup move that you can do this week. I know that may not sound like a lot, but you have to remember, with change it comes by taking one small step at a time, and you hear me saying that over and over, but it really is true. So just this week, this is one small thing for you to focus on. And this week you get to pick what that is. So there are 4 options: stop, limit, delegate, or automate. And you're going to pick one. But let's walk through them so you understand what you're picking. The first option is stop. So what is one thing that you're doing that no longer meaningfully moves the needle or exists because we've always done it that way? Or is updating someone who doesn't actually need the update or even use the update? So for example, a weekly status email no one reads, or a meeting you attend but you never speak in, or a report that you prepare that doesn't inform decisions. It's just a nice to have. And then ask, if we stopped this tomorrow, what would actually happen? Most of the time, the answer to that is nothing. And the reason that this is common is because high performers rarely question those inherited tasks. But this is your permission slip. If you have any of that going on right now and you want to choose your option 1 as stop, obviously with communication and letting people know, but at the end of the day, it's something that you can take off your plate. Option 2 is limit. So maybe you thought about that first one and you realize, no, I don't have anything that I can stop. And maybe you can't stop it, but maybe you can reduce it. So maybe instead of something like daily updates, you move those to weekly. Or maybe if it's weekly, you move those to monthly. Instead of 60-minute meetings, maybe you move them down to 25 minutes and make sure you have a really good clear-cut agenda. Or instead of responding instantly, respond at specific times throughout the day. Maybe that's 11 a.m. or 3 p.m. or whatever that looks like to you. Just choose specific times that you'll actually respond to those questions or pings. And remember, this one is important because context switching is decreased when batching increases. So when you're doing it at very specific times of the day for a specific time frame, you're reducing that context switching. And then we have the next one. That's option 3 is delegate. Delegation is not saying, I don't want to do this. It's someone else can own this at least 80%, right? And that's enough. If you're the most competent person on your team, you are probably over-owning. And that ownership creep is real. So just ask yourself, am I holding this because it's necessary or because I trust myself more than others? And be really honest when you sit with that, because delegation can be a good thing, not just for you, but for those around you and people on your team. And the 4th option, if you didn't like the first 3, is automate. We are in the age of automation and AI. So if you're manually summarizing your meetings, which hopefully you're not, but if you're still doing that, things need to change. If you're manually formatting reports or manually drafting any repetitive communication, you are just leaking unnecessary energy. Your AI tools can draft those first passes. It can summarize themes better than I ever could. It can track trends and create templates. It can do all kinds of things for you. And automation absolutely does not remove your thinking or make you any less valuable. If anything, knowing how to use the AI makes you so much more valuable. It can remove that unnecessary friction. And that friction we talked about earlier that's exhausting you. So those are your 4 options. Now let's look at the implementation. Here is your assignment this week. Look at your next 7 days. Then choose one of those actions that we just talked about. Either stop one thing, limit one thing, delegate one thing, or automate one thing. And then once you've done that, just notice how you feel about it. Because if you start to feel a little bit quieter inside, that's going to be your signal that you're on the right path. And then I challenge you, don't just stop there, because if you start doing these things and then filling all of that empty time with more task switching or more projects or more assignments or whatever it is, taking on things that aren't supposed to be in your realm of control, then you're going to counteract all this hard work that you've been doing. So take that available time to you and put it to something that makes you more productive. And likely, being the high achiever that you are, that means taking time out to activate your creative brain. Or maybe it's to get a little extra sleep at night. Or maybe it's to exercise and get a little movement in your day. Whatever those things are that you have been putting off and not doing to take care of yourself, use the time that you save through doing this exercise and put it to those things to help recharge you. Now, it's okay if you didn't memorize everything that we went through today. I did create a worksheet to help guide you through this activity that you can find on my website, and I'll link that below. My website is symecc.com. That's simi.com. And you can find some other tools and resources that might be helpful to you as well there. Please remember that everything we do here is to create an environment where your performance rises, your energy can stabilize, and the burnout that I talk about all the time is prevented. This is just one more step to help you get there. So design your work like it matters, because you do. Thanks for joining, and see you next time.